Hello, my name is Jackie, I'm from Manchester. This video is going to focus on EU students and funding. Now, there's been so much uncertainty over the last couple of years with Brexit, what's going to happen to funding for EU students basically. Now this is looking like the last year that you can access home fee status as an EU student. So typically EU students can have access to the tuition fee loan from the EU team at Student Finance England. The loan is repayable, there's no age limit on it. You don't see that money, it's paid directly to your university in 3 instalments, 25% in September, October time, 25% in the second term, and the last 50% is paid directly to the university in the final term, which is usually April. Some EU students can qualify for help with their living costs as well. There are certain sort of criteria and categories. The main one is if you've lived in the UK 5 years prior to the start of your course, you may be eligible for a maintenance loan as well. And then there is the category of EU migrant worker. So I'm going to discuss that in detail. There's so many EU students that miss out on sort of this maintenance loan. They don't realise that they're entitled to it because the general rule or the lots of advice, if you sort of like look into it, is that EU students can only access the tuition fee loan. So there's some eligibility to get the migrant worker. You've got to have lived in the EU, EEA or Switzerland for at least 3 years prior to the start of the course. The next one is really important. You have to have been living in England on the first day of the first academic year of the course. For benefit purposes and Student Finance England, and for the purpose of this, they count the first day of your course as the 1st of September or the 1st of January if you was a January starter. But usually you've got to have been in the UK before the start of the course and living in the UK before the 1st of September. We used to see a lot of people fall down on this. They'd arrived around the 6th of September and you just couldn't get it there. So that's a really important point. Apply using a PN1 form and you would send it to the EEA migrant worker team. You can get help because these applications, they do require quite a lot of evidence, and it might be worth getting your application and all the evidence checked over. In the advice centre where I used to work, we used to check applications and we would send it all off for them, recorded delivery. So as the name suggests, migrant worker, EU migrant worker, you do need to be working. It doesn't matter whether you're working part-time or full-time. Now, Student Finance England want lots of evidence, and they want evidence sort of every term. So there's certain things that you're going to have to keep sending them. And as with sort of UK students, English students, all the same rules apply. If you've got previous study, then this may have funding implications, just like it does for the UK students. And if you're under 25 as well, then it would go off your parental income and your parents would need to complete a PFF2 form. Now there's lots of evidence that you have to send. I've got a list of evidence here. So they want you to send an employment contract. They also, in addition to the contract, they want a letter from your employer. And the letter from your employer basically just needs to confirm that the contract details are correct. If you have a P60 and lots of pay slips, all that needs to go as well, along with your identification, so your passport. Now you can send certified copies. They want evidence that you were in the UK before the 1st of September of the first year of the course. And please note that applications for the migrant worker tend to take a little bit longer, so you need to have all this information, be prepared for it to take a little bit more time. If you are refused, there is an appeal process, and I would urge you to get advice. They're quite complex, the EU migrant worker sort of cases. you may be self-employed, you might not be able to get all the evidence. So please do persist, do get advice, do appeal. Usually university advice centres, student union advisors can help you with it. So you have to be working, you have to be in England on the first day of the first academic year of the course, which is counted as the 1st of September. You have to have lived in the EU for 3 years prior to the start of the course, and you have to get all this evidence together. You can apply to the EU migrant worker team. I hope that's helpful. Good luck everyone. I'll say goodbye.